Hey everybody, it's Kent. I have one box to show you today. These I bought from an auction house in Massachusetts. I bid on these on Live Auctioneer. I don't buy much on from Live Auctioneer just because it's a pain in the butt. And I think these had a 25% buyer's fee. And then lining up shipping can be kind of a pain in the butt. You gotta call one of their local packaging companies and get a quote. Usually takes a couple days to get a quote, and then you call the auction house to tell them that so-and-so is picking up your items, and then a week later they pick up your items, and a week after that they ship your items, and then a week after that you get your items. So I don't usually buy much on Live Auctioneer, but I think this was 4 lots of books. I don't even remember what they were at this point. There was some old religious books, maybe some American history, and maybe some literature kind of stuff. Alright, well that's packaged decent enough. Sorry if the lighting's bad. In the morning the sun comes right through the front door and front window. Alright, there's one bundle. Bundle number 2 and bundle number 3. That is certainly an interesting way of packaging books. I've seen it all. See what we got first. Well, I don't see a title page for that one, but we got A Voice from Waterloo by E. Cotton. See if we can get that to focus. Gonna focus, buddy? Try a different one. Why don't you want to focus today? Is it the crazy lighting? There we go. Memoirs from Captain James Wilson. Nice little frontispiece illustration on that one. The Life and Surprising Adventures of Robinson Crusoe, 1831. Looks like it was missing the cover, so they just put these cheap little paper covers on it. Next, we got a nice leather book. Children of the Abbey in 2 volumes. This is volume 2, published in 1822. Not sure if there's the other volume of that one or not. Up next, we got The Scottish Chiefs by Miss Jane Porter, published in 1818. This is volume 3. Up next, we got Tales from American History, published in 1829. Tales from American History, containing the principal facts in the life of Christopher Columbus. Let's see what this one has for contents. The Ancient World, the Middle Ages, Christopher Columbus. I guess it's all on Christopher Columbus. Let's see, we got 200 years ago, or a brief history of Cambridgeport and East Cambridge, published in 1859. Up next we have The Wreath, designed as a token for the young, published in 1836. This is kind of a little gift book from 1836. Kind of hard to believe this book is coming up on 200 years old. Christmas wreaths. Bring wreaths, green wreaths, our willing hands, their glowing tints shall twine to celebrate a Savior's birth, the child's friend divine. Up next, looks like we have The Temperance Gift, a collection of facts and figures, selections from the poets, and sayings and prose, illustrated of the blessings of sobriety and the cost and ills of intemperance. Not sure when exactly that one's from. I'd guess 1840s, 1850s. We got the Ransom's Family Receipt Book from 1849. We have a spelling book of the English language by Elihu F. Marshall, published in 1823. Nice little leather binding on that one. Description of the sloth. The sloth, which is an animal of South America, makes the most despicable appearance in the animal race. It is covered with coarse hair, somewhat resembling dried grass. The tail is very short, so scarcely to be seen, and its eyes are dull and heavy. It has 4 short feet, which are armed with strong claws, but though the feet are short, the legs are still shorter and proceed from the body at such an oblique direction that the soles of the feet seldom touch the ground. Interesting. Kind of cool that they have a description of a sloth in a book that old. Here we have Alan Crane, The Gold Seeker. Again, I would guess 1830s, 1840s-ish on that one. I don't see a date. Ancient Edom and the Fulfillment of Prophecy in the Present State of Arabia, Petra. The cool little map. That one's from 1839. Looks like this one has a few illustrations. Kind of cool. Here we have a New Testament Bible from 1827. Nice little leather book. We have the history of the Siege of Boston, end of the battles of Lexington, Concord, and Bunker Hill. Also an account of the Bunker Hill Monument from 1851. It looks like it has a cool fold-out map in this one. Ooh, a couple maps. Oh, that's kind of nice. Not going to unfold it all the way, but you get the idea there. We have The Boys of 1776. Cool book on the Revolutionary War. Random Notes of Boston by Henry P. Doust. Let's see. This is a reprint, the description of New England. Here to show you, I thought they had the other, yeah, here's the picture of the original title page from 1616. This one was published in 15, 16, 17, 18. I think that's 1850, 1865. Not perfect condition, but they threw a new leather spine on that book. Proceedings in Congress upon the acceptance of the statues of John Stark and Daniel Webster, presented by the state of New Hampshire, published in 1895. There you go, you guys, the statue of Mr. Stark. All right, on to bag number 2. I think most of these I'll probably auction off on eBay. Probably start working on listing them today. So they'll be up in about a week and a half. I have eBay seller Animal Vet 52. Alright, we got Young Folks, History of the United States by Thomas Wentworth Higginson, published in 1875. Got a cool little map there. Whoops. Looks like this one is illustrated. Andrew Jackson. Battle of Buena Vista. Let's see, we have The Beauties of the Late Reverend Dr. Isaac Watts, published in 1797 in Newburyport. Is that Vermont or Massachusetts? Newburyport, I'm not sure. Here we have Sallust's History of the Conspiracy of Catiline and the Jugurthian, I don't know how you say that, Jugurthian War by Reverend Peter Bullions, published in 1856. Cool book on ancient history. Next we have Old Boston Days and Ways, from the dawn of the Revolution until the town became a city, published in 1909. I think we have a couple odd volumes of The Life of Lincoln. The Life of Lincoln by Ida M. Marvel, I can't read that crazy. Tarbell. Yikes, that is some wild typography for the author's name. We have the poetical works of William Shenstone. No date on that one, but it looks fairly early, maybe 1790s. Possibly very early 1800s. Scribner's Lumber and Law Book, 1883. We got the Little Robinson Crusoe, 1855. Pretty little book. Works of Alexander Pope, Volume 6, published in 1795. The History of Sandford and Merton, Volume 3, published in 1801. History of the United States by Charles A. Goodrich, 1853. Looks like a nice little scene from the War of 1812. Looks like we got another U.S. history book. Spine's been kind of amateur, well, somewhat professionally. Well, that's pretty amateurish, I guess, the repairs on that one. History of the United States of America, from the discovery of the continent by Christopher Columbus to the present time by Charles A. Goodrich again, published in 1849. Looks like you got the U.S. Capitol there. We got a cool little book on the Boston Tea Party. All right, last bag. Let's see what we got. Apparently I need to get some new scissors. These are kind of dull. Alright, we got the little Aesop, 1855. Nice little book of fables. I think most of these are animal related. And again, someone put nice little paper covers on that one. That one's missing the title page. Looks like mostly New York history related. And gosh, the lighting on this video is wild. Sunny Hours by the American Tract Society. Couple nice little color plates at the beginning of that one. Okay, maybe I guess it's all color plates. I don't see a title page or any text. Looks like just a nice little collection of color plates. Pleasing pictures of flowers, insects, etc. The Children's Picture Book of Good and Great Men with 50 illustrations, published in 1861. Let's see, we got Bruce watching the spider as the frontispiece. Who do we got? We have Alfred the Great, King Henry II, Chaucer, Sir Thomas More, Oliver Cromwell, John Milton. The Story of Ida, published in 1883. Not sure who exactly Ida was, but assuming she died young. Early English Poetry, Battles, and Ballads in Popular Literature of the Middle Ages, Volume 18, published in 1846. have The Sketchbook by Washington Irving, published in 1868. This one has Rip Van Winkle, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and a bunch of other contents. I think people usually get excited about it because of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The Innocents Abroad by Mark Twain, published in 1870. Not the nicest of condition, but still early Mark Twain. The Memoir of Elder John Peake, published in 1832. Let's see, The Method of Teaching and Studying the Bell's Letters, Volume 4, published in 1773. The Principal Characters of Virtues of the Romans with Respect to War. The Space of Time whereof I have abridged the history, and which Polybus chose for his subject, I was, and as I already have observed, the flourishing times of the Roman Republic, which rendered Rome the mistress of the universe, and forced all nations to own that a people, so far superior in merit of virtue, deserved also the superiority, in that the Roman power, the superiority in power and authority. Youth's History of the Great Civil War of the United States from 1861 to 1865 by R.G. Horton, published in 1867. The Rhetorical Reader by Ebenezer Porter, published in 1832. Town Officer, or the Duty and Power of Selectmen, Town's Clerks, Town Treasurers, Overseer of the Poor, Assessors, Constables, etc., 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 for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, published in 1815. That's kind of cool. And the last one, looks like we got another U.S. history book. Pretty nice condition on this one. History of the United States of America by Charles A. Goodrich, illustrated, published in 1828. There we got Mr. George Washington on the front. All right, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.